So, morning, folks. Welcome to the channel. Going to be a kind of a quick one this morning because, because I'm trying to get ready to go fishing. To be honest, um, I ended up exhausted yesterday and just too tired to do it when I got home from doing my taxes or whatever. Something very strange has happened to me. I used to teach at university, and a lot of what I taught, it wasn't that I taught statistics, but statistics were at the back of it, if you know what I mean. So I had no problem dealing with large number sets and all that kind of stuff. But ever since COVID and the long COVID and everything else, I get totally bamboozled by numbers. Like, I get totally overwhelmed. Causes me immense stress, and then my energy levels just absolutely plummet. Like, so I mean, by the time I got home yesterday after being with the accountant, I was just totally wasted. So I didn't get set up for fishing today. Um, but the good news is I have a good bit of energy this morning, so off we go fishing, right? Just going to have a day off from everything, from the business. Just going to drop a few parcels to the post office and head on down the coast and get a bit of fishing done. Now, none of that is particularly interesting to you lot, right? But it's just what's going on in my life, right? So I just said I'd show you a few of the baits that I'm going to be trying with today, right? So obviously I got the heads up from somebody, that they're on a few fish in a certain spot, and I said, great. I said, look, what are you at tomorrow? Because I'm free, like, so I'll come down or whatever. And they were like, super, yeah, see you in such and such a place at X time. So it'll be nice to have the bit of company. The bit of company when you're fishing is always nice, just to share the crack. And it's nice to see somebody, if they catch a nice fish, and just to share the enjoyment of it with somebody, like, the bit of camaraderie and what have you. So the bait is small, certainly according to my friend, who I don't want to mention because you all know him, and I'll just blow his ground wide open, and I don't want to do that. So, but he's a very good fisherman and a very nice gentleman on top of that. We'll tell you more afterwards. So small baits. What am I going to be fishing? I'm going to be fishing a lot of these little fellas. That's the Mariel 90. I didn't have it in pink last year. I have it in pink this year. I think that's going to absolutely smash him, right? And that's on the 10 gram Ulti eel head, right? And I know we were doing beginner stuff, so just for the beginners, like, the sizes matter, right? So the 10, 20, 30 is just literally the size of the hook, right? And obviously getting bigger, the bigger you go up, right? Generally speaking, we're fishing from 20 to 60, right? 60 for very big baits or for offset hooks. But when it comes to jig heads, you'll generally be a 20 or a 30, sometimes a 40, very rarely if it's a very big bait. So that should be some useful information if you're just getting started, right? That's on the Ultimate Eel Head, right? And they're cheapest chips. They're like €7 or something for a pack of 3, or $6.50 for a pack of 3, right? So I'll be fishing those. I'm dying to give this fella a try in amongst some fish, right? It's the Wobbly 60 from Fish Us, right? I'm dying to give him a little wobble, as they say. I will be bringing some slightly bigger baits. I'll be bringing the 1-up slug with me, rigged on a coyote head to give it a bit of zigzag action, right? Again, more of the Mariel 90. Actually not going to rig it on that head. Let's just take it off that head before I show it to you. This is a tiny little bait. Where did I put them? It's always the way, isn't it? You want to do something and you can't find it. So, just in case the fish are very shy, and we have some nice conditions coming this week for the estuary as well, right? So I'm going to be fishing these down there as well. I mean, they look too small to catch, but as I say, I got switched onto him by this Spanish fella, and he catching the huge big bass. I mean, in Spain they get great big bass, right? So I'm going to give that little fella a run. That's on a 5 gram batchy, right? It's called a Surface Breaker. I just think it's perfect little design for early season sand eel. You know those tiny little pin eel fish often gorge on, when they're on the tiny little sprats and stuff. I think that's going to give you a shout. I mean, even if you put it up against a Mad Eel 90, say, you know, Mad Eel 90 makes it look, you know, right? Makes the Mad Eel 90 look big, right? And the Mad Eel 90 is small. So we're going to give that a try. We will be fishing just in case fish are at range or whatever. I'll be bringing some Curly X there so I can get on out there. That's a 15 gram head just in case. Also be fishing giant offsets. And then of course some of my favorite lures. The 4-inch 1-up shad, that's an Agi. Kind of get, once you get up into the higher numbers in the 1-up shads, seem to be the best colors. Kind of above 17, you know, you get the two-tone colors. That there is pollock, right? So I'm fishing a mark that drops off into a bunch of kelp beds, so there'll be loads of immature pollock around the place and that. So that's a lovely little bait to have in your arsenal. And for the beginners, I'm fishing it on a rolling head, right? So that's basically just going to be straight retrieve. The head doesn't really impart any action into the lure. So if I cast it out and just reel it back, it will just come back at me in a straight line, right? Which is very different to that, right? Which will jig around the place, okay? Obviously, I'll be bringing the infamous X layer on the 5 and the 7 gram heads. That's on the 5, that's the IU on the 7. I'll be bringing it in a range of colours. And then I'll just have my little box with my spare jig heads and a few other bits of plastics and stuff. Oh, and one other bait that I wanted to show you this. When the sun comes out, look at that thing of beauty. That's the 1-up shad golden bait. Absolutely smashing, little 4-inch one. And it just absolutely, I'm not sure you can see it, but it literally sparkles in the light. Absolutely gorgeous. Yeah, so we'll be giving that a shout. So anything else? Yeah, so I haven't rigged this very well, so give us a second to rig it properly. So definitely going to be giving this guy a test. That's the BR Fish Electric Olive on the 7 gram BR head. So we'll be giving that guy a fish and we'll see what happens. So that's it for today, folks. Just wanted to show you some of the smaller baits. It's nice to see some fish on the coast. We'll be back proper YouTubing tomorrow or the next day or whatever. To be honest, I'm doing an awful lot and I can sort of feel my energy dipping, and I just want to take a break and kind of regroup and get myself back together, go and enjoy a few hours of actual fishing instead of packing boxes and worrying about orders and Brexit and all the rest of it, like, you know. But lots of my orders got into the UK this week without any problem, which is great news. So it seems if you keep the value down, everything is fine, and it just rolls through customs without any problem. Certainly that's been the case for the majority of people. Unfortunately, if you order great big numbers, it alerts customs and they're on it like a red rag to a bull, right? So just keep it below 135 pounds sterling and you should be fine. Yeah, so that's it, folks. Those are just a few lures I'll be fishing today and testing. It's looking It's kind of cloudy and stuff, but I have a feeling it's going to be okay if the rain stays off. I have a feeling the temperature's going to come up a little bit. We might hit into a few fish, hopefully. I'll have the GoPro on me anyway, so we might get a bit of footage and stuff. And of course, I will try the surface as well. I'll bring a couple of Z claws and Shinko 125 and stuff just for the crack. So, have a great day. Tight lines. Thanks again for all your support. If you're watching the channel, please like and subscribe. It makes a huge difference to me. Believe it or not, I put a lot of man hours into kind of talking about bass fishing, and you know, tomorrow we'll get back to the beginner series and talk a bit more in depth about some of the stuff we were talking about yesterday. So have a great day, everybody. Tight lines if you're fishing, and have a good one.